Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mitzy. Thank you so much for joining me back on today's video. I'm not wearing any makeup today. Wow, shocker. That is because I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial for you guys. I did get requested, as I said in one of my previous videos, a makeup tutorial for beginners, and I decided that today was the day to film it. I created a look not too long ago that I thought was pretty easy, but it's still very pretty, glam, and again, it's easy for anyone to recreate, so I wanted to do that look. I do have my brows done because I personally started filling in my brows very late. I think I've been filling my brows for like almost a year now, I think, but I haven't been doing it a lot, so I feel like I haven't been doing my brows as long as I have been doing my eye makeup and my face makeup, so I felt like it was wrong for me to show you guys how to do my brows when I personally am still learning. So I'm not going to show you guys that, but I will show you guys what I do for my face and what I do for my eyes, like a look that's very easy but it's still very pretty. For the sake of this video, I'm going to begin with my face. I usually start with my eye makeup and then move into my face, but I will start with my face makeup because I don't want to look all dead throughout the whole video until the end. So I will start with my face. And I love starting, of course, makeup with my face by moisturizing the skin. Now, I personally don't have a face moisturizer because I haven't found the right one. But what I can tell you for beginners, how to choose the right moisturizer is if you're on the oily side, of course, go for a gel-like moisturizer, something that's very watery. Like the one I'm using right now is a body lotion because, I personally haven't found the perfect one for me. But go for one that's watery textured, gel-like if you have oily skin. Now if you're on the more dry skin, go for a thicker moisturizer, something that's thick and that's gonna cover and moisturize your face for the whole day. I personally was a type that didn't use moisturizer until not too long ago because I felt like it didn't make a difference, but it definitely makes a difference on your skin, because if you don't wear moisturizer, it kind of just shows a lot of your imperfections. So I've learned that you should moisturize. Second step for me is to prime my skin. I really enjoy the Professional by Benefit. That's one of my favorites. But during the summer, I've been using this e.l.f. Illuminating Face Primer right here. And I love this for the summer because it has really pretty, let me show you guys, gold specks on it, and it just, when the sunlight hits you, your face is like basically glowing. I don't even, it's gonna be kind of hard. Oh, there. You can kind of see it. It has really pretty gold specks underneath, so again, when the sun is shining right on your face, it makes my face just glow really pretty and comes out really nice on pictures. So I just take a little bit. You don't want to go overboard with a primer because using a lot of primer can sometimes separate your foundation, which is of course not a good look. So with this primer, since it isn't like for the pores, I guess you can say, to like make your pores look smaller, I usually just keep it on the outer parts of my face where I don't have pores, because this is the area where I have a lot of pores. But I keep it on the outsides of my face. On my chin, I like to put it there. On the high points where like the sun usually will shine on, which is like my forehead, and then a little bit on my nose. Not too far down the nose because again, we don't want to put primer where our pores are. But well, we do want to put primers where our pores are, but not illuminating primers, because those are just gonna make your pores pop a lot more. Third step, I like to take my MAC Fix Plus. I really honestly recommend anybody to purchase the MAC Fix Plus. I think it's such an amazing product for before the foundation, after you've done the whole face. It's such an amazing and refreshing. So I'll go in, and I know it's like, isn't it like 25 or something like that, but it's so refreshing, especially during the summer. This feels amazing on my skin. So I'll let that sit for a little bit and I'll be right back. Really quick while I let this dry, I do want to say thank you so much for helping me reach 530 views on my first video. I am so happy. I personally didn't think it was going to reach 500 views, and I don't know, it just really warmed my heart. Thank you so much to anyone that has viewed any of my videos. I really appreciate it. It makes me really happy. I was a little taken back when I saw that it had 530 views in 3 weeks. That makes me really happy. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Let's get started with foundation. I personally suck at matching my foundation, and it's even worse when I get someone else to match it, like when I go to Sephora or something like that. They don't help me out. They never match me. I have such a hard time, especially during the summer, because I got really tan and my face, of course, is really white. So I've been buying new foundations and they're either too dark or still too white for me. So it's been a struggle. So I'm gonna mix two foundations. I'm gonna mix the LA Girl Pro Coverage HD High Definition Foundation, but it's still very dark on my skin. I messed up. And then I'm going to be taking this light L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation, and I'm going to mix those two together. This is like one of my favorites. This one I'm just trying out, but I think it's the perfect combo because my skin right now is a little bit dry because I've been using a mask. But on my own, after a while, my face does get oily. I seriously, when I purchased this LA Girl one, I'm like, okay, this is definitely my shade. It looks kind of dark. It'll be fine, but it was too orange on my skin and it was just too dark. And I'm like, I'm not walking out like that. Okay, so I take my finger and just dot that on my skin. And I mean, if you're a beginner, of course, also very obvious. If you have oily skin, go for matte foundations. If you have, especially during the summer, girl, you want to go for matte foundations. And then, of course, if you have dry skin, go for a more glowy foundation. I'm just going to start blending it in with a sponge. And I love the combo of these two foundations. It's really nice, and it's like right in the middle coverage. Like, it's not too full, it's not too sheer, which I love. I'm personally more of a full coverage girl. I love full coverage foundation. I don't care. Call me cakey, whatever you want. I'm taking some of the foundation that I have left over and of course blending it into the neck. Okay, so after that foundation, I'm going to go in with concealer. I'm using again an LA Girl Pro concealer in the shade Creamy Beige. I really love these concealers. They're super thick and creamy. I love them. I'm going to do some lines on my chin, a little bit on the nose, and then on the forehead, just tiny bit, because I feel like I have a personally small forehead, so I don't have a lot of space to work on. I don't want to conceal too much. I'm gonna go ahead and blend that out. When you're blending out concealer, you want to start blending the bottom part and then move up, because you want to get this part right where the cheeks are very blended. You don't want to get like a straight line. You want it to show like a gradient look from your concealer to your foundation. So you want to start at the bottom, and then while you're blending, kind of start moving up the sponge. And it's much easier. You're not left with like a lot of product up here or a lot of product down here. And also another tip, when you're blending your concealer, you kind of want to look up, because if you're looking down, you're forming these creases. You're gonna miss putting in concealer, so you kind of want to look up so the creases are gone. Okay, so now after the concealer is done, we're gonna move on to setting the face. So personally, I don't like baking a lot during the summer because it's too heavy for me. But of course, I do want to set the under eyes, but I'm going to set it with a powder. If you do want to bake, I'll usually bake during the summer if it's a special event, but I won't bake if it's just like an everyday kind of look. So what I do is I take the Shade and Light palette by Kat Von D, and I take that banana beautiful color that we have right here and just pack it under eye. And you kind of want to look up again, because you want to make sure you remove those creases. I was at a dinner with one of my friends, and she took a flash picture, and she asked me what powder I was wearing under my eyes because there was no flashback. So girl, get you this. It works really good. It gives you that highlighted look under your eyes, but it won't have flashback and you're not baking. It was literally the hardest thing for me to get a Shade and Light palette. Like, it took so long for me to find this at Sephora. Like, every time I would go, I had the worst luck and would never find it there, until I got it actually for a graduation present. I will also take it right here in the center of my forehead. I just like that part to look a little lighter than the rest of my face. Now we're gonna set the face, because you don't want to leave your foundation and go in with like bronzer and stuff. It will make it look very patchy. So you do want to set the face as well. And I'm gonna be taking this Fit Me powder. I haven't used this actually in a very long time, but it is my shade right now, so we're gonna go with that. And I'm just kind of pressing it on the skin. I'm not really swiping. Okay, so after the whole face is set, the last step for the face, I'm gonna go in with this really amazing product. This is the Physicians formula. They're called Happy Booster Glow and Mood Boosting Powders. So right now, right here, I have the light bronzer one. So these things are amazing for beginners, because you have highlighter, bronzer, and blush at the same time. And not only that, but they just, one, it's Physicians formula, so they won't be that expensive. Two, they are so beautiful on the skin. They give you this really beautiful glowy look. I really like it. Like, you don't have to apply bronzer, you don't have to apply blush, and you don't have to apply highlighter. It's all just kind of one on the skin. And again, it really does make your skin look very healthy. For these type of powders that have shimmers on them, and I want to apply it in a lot of places in my face, you kind of want to take a stippling brush, because if you take a more denser brush, it'll pack on the product and it won't look too pretty and natural. I have two shades. I have the light bronzer and I have the bronzer, but they're the same thing. It's like bronzer, highlighter, and blush at the same time. But I like using the bronzer one because it fits my skin a lot more, but it's in pieces. So I take some of that product, dust it off, and just focus it right here. And you can see just a little bit. You can see, of course, I'm bronzed now because we see this line right here. And you can just see a little bit of glow, and you can see a little bit of pink on the skin. It's really pretty, and it does seriously give your skin such an amazing, healthy look. If you do want to go in with a highlighter, go ahead. That's fine. I mean, everybody loves highlighter. We all want to put a highlighter. I probably will at the end. Okay, so finally, to move into the eyes, you first want to start by priming your eyelid. I use concealer to prime my eyelid because I feel like it does the same thing as a primer, but it just gives me a cleaner canvas to work on the eyes. And I'm just going to apply a little bit of that because I do have some concealer on there already. And just blend it in with my finger. Okay, so now for the actual shadows, I'm actually going to be using the Carli Bybel Deluxe palette. Okay, so what I like doing first is taking a bone-like color, so basically something like this, a white shade right here. You want to take kind of like a denser brush to apply this shadow so it really packs on the eyelid. Okay, so the first shadow we're going to go in with is this one right here. It's the perfect mix between an orange and a brown together, which is a beautiful color to put as a transition shade. So then we're taking this color right on the crease, kind of keep it on the upper part of the crease so we get that gradient look when we apply the other brown. One thing that I would say if you're beginning with eyeshadow, go light-handed when you're picking up a shadow. Don't go in ham and pick up a lot of shadow and put it on because it will be much harder to blend it out, and that's how you can mess up a eye look. Like, you can have the perfect colors and the perfect palette, but if you don't know how to blend out that shadow, it won't look very good. So you do want to start small with shadow, build up. It will take a little longer, but I think that's the best way to get a nice blended look. Start small, start with a little bit of product, and then build it up. You can build up mostly any shadow. Okay, so after you feel you have the right amount, equal amount on each eye, you're gonna go in with a deeper brown now. This one right here, which is a very beautiful everyday brown. And that color is also gonna be placed on the crease, but it's just gonna be placed a little lower. So right here. Okay guys, so now as you guys can see, we have darkened up the crease just a little bit more. Now this is two shadows. I think for a beginner that's perfectly fine. Your regular transition and then another shadow that's a little bit darker than that. Okay, so now for the last shadow, I'm going to be taking you in with the Carli highlighter. I love the shadows. I love the highlighters as well, but these are more just bronzy. These are more gold and light, so I'm gonna go in with this one. No matter how pigmented an eyeshadow is, I always have to go in with my Fix Plus and spray the brush because I love that metallic bloom in the eye. You're just gonna basically focus this on the eyelid. It doesn't have to be perfect. You're not creating a cut crease with this. You're just applying it on the eyelid. Bring it in about right here. You don't want to bring it all the way out here. I wish I was doing this look when I started wearing makeup and I wasn't doing like pink, purple eyeshadows, to be honest, because that's what I was doing when I began with makeup. Now for the brow bone, we're going to be picking up that same brow bone shade that we used earlier. Apply it right on the brow bone. So now this is optional, but since I am going to go put in some lashes, I'm going to do a wing liner. What I can say for wings, I personally haven't managed to make perfect winged eyeliner. If you do have your favorite eyeliner, liquid eyeliner, you should definitely let me know because I haven't found the perfect one yet. Okay, so after these uneven wings, I'm going to go in with some mascara, coat my lashes because you want to coat those lashes before you go in with some falsies. Okay guys, so after I've applied mascara, I'm going to go in with my Koko lashes in the style Baby G. Tweezers, place the center. Okay, so now to finish off the look, I'm going to go in and we're going to be basically picking up those two shadows that we put on the crease, placing those on the bottom lash line. I'm going with some more mascara and just apply that on the lashes. Okay guys, so this is what it looks like. Okay, so I didn't think I was going to do highlight. I think I am, just because I need that glow. There's something missing. I'm going to be mixing this gold one and then this beautiful pink right here. A little bit on the chin. I'm going to mix two shades. I'm going to be mixing this really hot pink one with this orangey colored one. I don't know how to explain it. This is by Colourpop, shade Exaggerated, I believe. So yeah, that will be it for today's look. If you guys really enjoyed, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I think that's about it. Again, on my social medias, follow me on those. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I love you guys. Bye!